Hey yo, what's good y'all? It's DeeKnow. We back with another video. I know we've been gone for a while, but I got some really cool clips for you. And if you're new here, in case you don't know, what we do is we take the craziest clips we can find from all over the internet and we react to them and we try to figure out what's really going on. So let's get into it.
There was also a theory Howie Mandel was actually kidnapped.
Hello, I'm okay.
I don't know if you remember, but everyone on TikTok thought that he was being kidnapped because he was posting like these weird pictures and these weird videos. Like he would post a picture like randomly under the bed, like going like this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's this coincidence because when he started making videos, people were like, is he trying to tell us something? So, and I'm gonna show you this video because this is the weirdest one.
Hi everybody, Howie Mandel here. Creativity in just under a minute. Just take a regular shopping bag. All you need is a pencil and a pair of scissors.
See, why would he post this? This is so random.
And you clip the
Why not?
corners.
What's he doing?
Arts and crafts.
That side,
For no reason.
and you just take the pencil.
Look, he's shaking.
I write, I don't know, can you see it? It says shoe stuff. Shoe stuff.
Shoe stuff. So look, if you see it, SOS, he made the triangle. He was like shoe stuff. And look, the shoe on the S is a 5 and a 5. When you dial 55, you call the police and it's like, and they ask you, are you being kidnapped right now?
Nah, that's crazy.
I don't know nothing about all that. That's pretty crazy though, if it's true. I mean, it is kind of weird that he's like drawing 5s instead of S's and stuff like that though. So I really don't know. What do y'all think? That's crazy. It might be a reach.
All the rich families, the monarchy, all the presidents, they're all related to these trans-dimensional shape-shifting lizards.
What? What?
Bring out the olive.
Why are you scared of olives, lady? Like, what? Okay.
Clip was captured at 3 in the morning on April 9th, 2023. It happened in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The homeowner was sleeping when the clip was recorded. It wasn't until he
Her
woke up and
face is
saw a
messed
notification
up.
on his phone that he found out about it. He reviewed the footage, horrified. This is what he saw. A woman is shown trying multiple different keys to get into the house and even looking around for a hidden one.
Huh. That's weird. That's really weird. Is she just like drunk or something? Like what?
The homeowner claimed that he had never seen this woman before. He said that she later started throwing rocks at his car and trying those locks. It's likely she was under the influence of something.
Okay.
Multiple times she tries to insert keys into the doorbell camera itself. After a few minutes she walks off and was never
It
seen
is a
on the
little
property
weird,
again.
man.
Her intentions
Somebody
are unknown.
come get their grandma.
Well, 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 guys, would you believe it? Did you know that in the 1940s, governments around the world changed the way that musical instruments were to be tuned? From their more harmonic 432 Hz to a more distorted 440 Hz.
Yeah.
Now, why is this important, you say? It's important because the natural resonance of nature itself is 432 Hz. So when we listen to anything in that frequency, there is a resonance within our human body which can be very healing. This is why they've changed it, because obviously governments don't want us to feel good and they don't want us to heal. So this was changed. Luckily enough, there are a lot of frequency videos on YouTube now at 432 Hz. So I would recommend going to find some and listening to them and see how you feel with these frequencies.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Go look into it. Just do it.
At least 7 people have died after a superfog caused a massive pileup of cars in the US. To put it into scale, 160 vehicles were crushed, piled on top of each other, and engulfed by flames. It was all caused by the already foggy conditions in Louisiana, which combined with smoke from nearby marsh fires to create this super fog. And it was so bad that people just couldn't see the disaster they were driving straight into.
Smoke and thick
One
wet
woman
air
said
don't
she
mix.
spotted people waving for her to stop. But after she managed to, other vehicles driving behind immediately crashed into her.
Well, that's no good.
Again, with the story you'll only see here on Fox 5 Atlanta. An undercover human trafficking sting in Coweta County has led to the arrest of 26 people. Good evening, I'm Eric Perry.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Among the 26 is a local man identified as a top children's education official with the Pentagon. Fox 5's Doug Evans has the details.
According to the military publication Stars and Stripes, 64-year-old Stephen Hovedek of Sharpsburg is the chief of staff for Defense Department schools in the United States. The Coweta County Sheriff's Office charged him with pandering, which in Georgia is a misdemeanor. Coweta deputies say he allegedly solicited sex from this undercover officer in a motel room where they had set up a 2-day human trafficking operation.
Arrested 10 for pandering with this operation. We arrested 4 for pimping. 3 of those were looking at further for human trafficking charges. And there was a total of 6 females that were rescued through the operation.
26 people were arrested in the 2-day sting for crimes that included pandering, prostitution, and pimping, according to deputies. These are just some of the mugshots of the men who were taken into custody, according to deputies. Also, the sheriff's office says 6 women who they've identified as victims of human trafficking were offered help.
This kind of operation is really important to us because, number one, sex buyers are a huge part of the problem in the industry. Without the sex buyers, there wouldn't be a market for the females to continue to be victimized. Second, and probably most importantly for all of us, is the victimization of these females. There's not a good scenario for them in this lifestyle, and so the goal is to get them out of this lifestyle and get them away from their traffickers.
Sheriff, I'll put your hands up, hands up. Stand up.
So with the human trafficking investigation continuing, the Coweta County Sheriff's Office says there's the possibility of more arrests and more charges in this investigation.
I'm gonna have to look more into that. That's messed up. That's real messed up.
The Simpsons' predictions for 2024 are truly chilling. In an episode dating back to 1998, the show hinted at an economic crisis, a nuclear war, and the death of the leader of the United States, all happening in the same year. The episode in question, titled Bart to the Future, provides a glimpse into the future where Lisa Simpson has become the President of the United States. In a conversation with her team, Lisa mentions that the previous administration led by President Biden left behind budget problems and quite a mess. Later in the episode, a news bulletin reports a nuclear clash with an unspecified country, resulting in massive destruction and chaos. While the idea of a nuclear war and an economic crisis is quite frightening, we can certainly hope that these Simpsons predictions do not come true. However, it's hard to ignore the show's track record in predicting major events, which leads us to wonder what else they might have predicted for the future. And precisely, one of the latest episodes of The Simpsons contains an even more terrifying prediction than anything they have predicted before. Do you want a part 2 to find out about it?
Do you want a part 2 to find out about it? That's pretty cool, though. Wow. That is wild. Yo, no way. I'm glad nobody was on there. I ain't never seen nothing like that in front of me, dude. That's terrifying. Oh wow. It's like something out of the Mummy movies. That's wild, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty cool though.
This is the ultimate conspiracy theory, according to Joe Rogan.
If you're a conspiracy theorist,
yeah,
this is the real conspiracy. The conspiracy is have as many social problems as possible that people get distracted by, that people concentrate on.
Yeah.
Whether it's a pandemic, whether it's masks, vaccines, pride, trans movement, sponsor drag shows for kids if you want people to get mad and want people to get distracted.
Right.
Sponsor
Let them
that.
focus on that.
Get people to think that it's a good idea to do that and watch the outrage. You know, get people to think that the oceans are going to be boiling in 5 years. You know,
right.
Get people to think that if we don't change it, like that was one of the things that Greta Thunberg said 5 years ago, that we'll all be dead.
In 5 years?
Well, it's 5 years later, and we're not all dead. So you definitely are wrong, and you're 16. So why are they flying you out to Ukraine? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So there's so many of these fucking social distractions that are in our face all day long about everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes that's what I feel like about Supreme Court rulings. We're going to take away Roe v. Wade, and everybody's like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
What? And that's another one.
Yeah.
And then that one becomes a thing that people identify as the most important problem that they have to solve. And while all this is going on, money's getting moved around, decisions are getting made.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant cover for wild shit.
Yeah, because all you have to do ever really is follow the money on anything.
Yeah.
You see what's actually happening, and everything else is a distraction.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling played right now,
It's just the money that matters, man. When you follow the money, you see a
let me know your thoughts in
lot
the
of
comments
things.
below. Don't forget to give me a follow if you like the content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
This video got 10 million views, and it shows these two guys who apparently got in a boat and sailed all the way to Antarctica to see if there's new land. And what people were freaking out about in this video was the water looks a little bit different than anything we've ever seen before. It looks kind of thick, and as if it were melted glass. And I haven't figured out a reason or a scientific reason for why this is the case. Maybe there's extra salt in it, or maybe these guys did actually come across some strange water, like no one knows why it's like this. But like, we gotta figure out who these two guys are, because the video is only 2 minutes long. Like, did they actually find anywhere, or are they just sailing around and found an iceberg or something? Like, can you guys in the comment section do some of your magic and figure out who these two guys are? One of the guys in the video was saying he's gonna get his phone out and see where they are on the map. So that makes me skeptical. Like, how do you have service if you're way over in Antarctica? Like, I don't think there's any 5G cell towers all the way down there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. But that is pretty cool looking water right there. Like, way off in the distance, you can see it's a lot different. But then, like, where they are, it's really calm. Kind of crazy. Like, freshwater, salt water, maybe. Yeah, it's probably like freshwater and salt water. Well, that's a good time, let me tell you. Wow. Surprised their pool is surviving. Wow. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine, like, just not paying attention and walking out there? Oh no. Ooh. Oh no. Oh, that's not good.
Welcome back to the Grannies There's no way you don't get to hold your Grammy.
You drinking red wine.
And it's mostly just a big ball of lava. That's Earth. But 10,000 feet is not a big deal.
Have you given any consideration whatsoever to the flat Earth movement?
Haha. I think that's a troll situation.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not,
it's
Elon.
not.
It's totally not.
You would like to think that because you're a super genius. But I, as a normal person, I know there's people way dumber than me. And they really, really believe. They watch YouTube videos which go on uninterrupted and spew out a bunch of fucking fake facts very eloquently and articulately. And they really believe. These people really believe.
Yeah. I mean, if it works for them, sure. Fine.
It's weird though, right?
I don't know, guys. Is it weird though, or what? Oh wow! Now that right there is cool. What are you doing, man? I'd be going in the other direction so fast. Wow. That's awesome.
Rappers who admitted to selling their soul and their music.
Can't kill a spirit even if you tried to. Sold your soul to me, need I remind you?
Gee.
I'm in trouble, did a deal with the devil, now I'm pleading with him. Like, give me my soul, my nigga.
I was at my weekly Illuminati meeting. I was sitting next to Beyonce and Jay-Z, and all of a sudden my boy Spade walked in right after Drake walked in. I was like, yo Drake, move your little bitch ass somewhere else, I gotta talk to Spade real quick. And then we burned 2 truckloads of money and did some devil prayers. I sacrificed 4 goats, 3 chickens, and 1 sheep. And then we just, chopped it up, whatever. We was like, hey, be in this video, bitch. Then we went to catch, had some lobsters with chicken blood. I still have the t-shirt with the chicken blood on it.
Okay. I don't even know what to say about that last one. Well, there goes the whole drainage system. Not just the road, the whole sewer with it. Wow. You saw the box flip over with the sewer lid and everything.
Let's talk about the Arcadia tapes. In 2001, in Arcadia County, Ohio, a teen named Calvin Dim went missing on his way home from school. This was really unusual at the time because Calvin was actually a pretty well-accomplished athlete and he was very tall for his age, so whoever did overtake him and abduct him was either a larger person or a group of people. So for like weeks, this investigation goes cold until a VHS tape is mysteriously found at the doorstep of his parents' house. The VHS was compiled of various different clips of unknown people in different masks who were just staring into the camera. But there is one clip in this video that had the words Cal, short for Calvin, edited into the VHS. This was pretty definitive evidence for the police that whoever made this video either knew where Calvin was or they had him in their possession. Police would end up finding this frame, which showed a person in a black tarp, presumably with their wrists and ankles tied. Investigators believe this could be Calvin, and what's even eerier is they think this was shot in the woods behind his house.
Kids, learn about metal music.
Scientists
y'all think about that? What would y'all think if y'all just like saw some videos of some dudes riding Tyrannosaurus Rex with machine guns and stuff, like the clips they showed? Ark Survival Evolved, but in real life. That would be nuts.
A violent earthquake rocked the area, sending islanders running for their lives. Those stuck in this grocery store were just looking to do a little shopping, and then chaos ensued. A man and woman in the rice aisle look up at the wall and silently ask each other, "Did you feel that?" Then all hell breaks loose as items fly off the shelves and to the floor. The two try hanging on to the shelves for support, but that quickly becomes too dangerous. Finally, they and everyone else flee the store as food floods heavily. Nobody lost their lives in the event, and the people only had some minor structural damage to deal with. Still, we know one thing for sure. We do not envy whoever had to clean up that locked province on Mindanao was hit with a series of violent earthquakes that resulted in widespread destruction. Workers at this high-rise office learned firsthand how powerful and terrifying earthquakes can be.
Ooh-wee. I've never been in an earthquake, and I don't really plan to be. That looks terrifying. Guys, you those of you who have been in an earthquake, what is that like? I mean, I can't imagine just the whole ground shaking around me. That would throw off my equilibrium and terrify me.
The 6.8 magnitude earthquake rocks the entire office. Light fixtures swing from the ceiling, and the window shades flap like they're haunted. Workers run and scream as they head for the fire escape, as everyone's first reaction is, "Get the heck out of here." Our brave cameraman stays behind to document the experience, while his coworker pops up and down from under her desk. Now there are 6 tiers on the earthquake magnitude.
That's crazy.
Man, I don't see a camera in there. Do you want to look real quick?
I'm gonna go up there and film it from that height. Go ahead.
Oh. What's up there? Yeah, it looks like someone just like...
It's gross. It's not appropriate. You're like, if you would clean the shower a few times, you would know that. Come on, man.
I mean, most people don't look up when they clean stuff. I'm being honest with you.
Okay. This is why we film shit. Tell me that again. Your answer was, it's on there. It's on it. So, thank you.
Did you see it? No, I'll show you something else in the program so you can see this.
Oh, that's weird.
You can't walk on this.
We're not worried about people looking through here. No? I mean, that is a whole lot of weirdness. I mean, how would this hole get made from the inside when it's poking downward? I mean, that's a...
This is what happens whenever I put her near my daughter's old Cabbage Patch toy. But that's not the weirdest part. There's no batteries.
Alright, now that is a little...
But wait, there's more.
What? How was that doll working without batteries?
The Titanic was a hit job. It was no accident or mistake that the Titanic sank in 1912. You think all the richest people in the world on the world's safest boat dying in a single boating crash was an accident? There's not a chance. Basically, all of the world's elites at the time had already purchased tickets and were scheduled to take this cruise together. You're talking about the Rothschilds, the JP Morgans, and Mr. Astor, who was the richest American at that time. He owned nearly 40% of every mortgage in America at that time. The story goes that the Rothschilds wanted to create a central bank, but Mr. Astor and many of his extremely rich friends, who basically controlled the country and all of its politicians, opposed the central banking system, and they would never allow a central bank in America. So when all the world's richest people boarded the ship right before the boat took off, the Rothschilds and JP Morgans all exited the ship just minutes before takeoff. So now all of the richest people who opposed the central banking system ended up dying from an iceberg. And now that all of the rich people who opposed it are dead and no longer paying or bribing all of their politicians ended up working for the Rothschilds and JP Morgans instead, who were still alive and able to bribe them without any opposition now. The very next year, in 1913, they started the Federal Reserve Bank with almost zero opposition. Crazy conspiracy theory or TikTok fact? Let me know your own thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, what do y'all think? That's pretty crazy. I'm gonna have to go, look into that. I don't know.
Dad said schools are basically prisons. They keep kids locked up physically and mentally, prepare them for jobs that are also basically prisons until they retire and go to a nursing home. Their final prison.
School is not a prison.
Can I leave whenever I want to?
It's a little like a prison.
I don't know that I agree with that, because education is one of the most important things. So, moving on.
Apparently, bro, in Bulgaria, there is a number that ended up getting suspended forever. Like, nobody can ever get this number. The phone number. In like the late 90s or like the early 2000s, the company that was connected to this number, they started to observe weird things. And some people can say that it's just a coincidence, or maybe because of the way some of these people live their lives. But bro, it was super weird because everybody that had this number died. The first guy who died was actually the CEO of the company, dude. There was another guy who was like this mafia boss dude or whatever. He ended up getting like set up by a guy who was like supposedly hella loyal to him and shit like that, which is weird as fuck. Set him up. He ended up getting like shot the fuck up, and he had the phone on him. There was like a bunch of other people that had it too, and the last person that they said, I think it was in 2005, his case is still open to this day.
Damn.
Yeah, and then they just ended up being like,
and to this day, like, they won't give that phone number out.
No.
Did they ever say what the phone number was?
Yeah, it's 088888888.
Whoa.
So they can never give that number out again.
Okay. I don't know about that one, y'all.
Was Matthew Perry's death more than just a coincidence? It has been reported that Matthew Perry passed away after accidentally drowning in his hot tub. In the days leading up to his death, he posted cryptic messages and Batman references on Instagram, even calling himself Matman. On October 17th, 19th, 22nd, and 23rd, he shared photos alluding to Batman, from cranberries and a pumpkin to a video of the moon. In his final posts on the 23rd, a woman's hand offers him cranberries. On the same day, he posted a photo of a pumpkin with the Batman symbol and a video of the moon. He asked his fans, "Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?" As Batman fights evil, many believe Perry was trying to hint that he was in danger. That night, he posted in his hot tub. 5 days later, he was found unconscious in it. Considering the strange references just days before his death, was Perry secretly sending out a cry for help through subtle Batman clues? Or was it truly just a tragic accident? His cryptic social media could suggest this wasn't just a coincidence, and that Matthew Perry knew his fate.
I don't know. That whole situation was just hella weird. I really, it was just hella weird. The cranberries and everything, and like it's just weird. Just weird.
This is how you know that the world is a simulation. So I'm sitting out here on my deck, right? That bird isn't moving. And that one. They're just floating there. They're just floating. Not flapping, not nothing. Straight floating.
Like a gust of wind, and they're just riding it out until they can move again.
Just a few weeks ago, Isabel Oakeshott, who's a journalist in the UK, she had access to WhatsApp messages between the Secretary for Health and other people in the cabinet. And it was a front page of the Telegraph newspaper at the beginning of the pandemic. And one of those messages revealed, we have to frighten the pants off the public. Something along those lines, right? So they wanted to create this fear. And when you're under
to force compliance.
To force compliance. And when you're in a state of fear psychologically, Joe, two things happen. One is you're more likely to be controlled, right? And that's what they wanted. But also it inhibits your ability to engage in critical thinking.
I mean, that's true.
This is gonna make you feel crazy. Doja Cat might have had something to do with what happened to him. After Matthew's tragic passing, Doja Cat deleted all of her videos except for this one. So obviously the comments on that video are crazy. People are like, what? Did you have something to do with this? She now deletes the video. There's nothing up now. Take a closer look at this logo and you'll see that something is off. Now the word friends is 7 letters, and in between each letter is a dot that represents each of the friends. You can see how it correlates to each one here. The dot in between the D and the E is gone. Why is one of them missing? This is just a conspiracy theory. I like talking about conspiracy theories. This is not a disrespectful thing. And this was a promotion for her new music video called Demons. And we all know how she's been recently, and all of the other conspiracy theories. Now I get the Friends is a popular TV show, but like the timing's really weird. You can't deny that. Everything is intentional. How would this have been an error? Think of
terribly disturbing things that our own
done
government have done to the American citizens in our past. Here we go. In the 1940s, our own government exposed unsuspected citizens to radioactive elements. They injected 18 people with plutonium, exposed 800 pregnant women with vitamins that contained radioactive iron, and also fed Massachusetts kids, handicapped kids, radioactive oatmeal. One of the patients, Elmer Allen, was injected in the calf of the leg with plutonium and 3 days later had to have the leg amputated. This program was supposed to end in 1946, but actually went a year later to 1947 when it finally stopped. These experiments were part of the Manhattan Project. As you can imagine, many of the patients died, but the ones that survived were told what the government did to them in the 1970s, but they were told to be quiet about it. As usual, no part 2, so throw me a follow and let me know if you want more of these type of videos.
Yucky.
Chandler, what is the matter with your face? Like, this picture's supposed to say Geller and Bing to be married, not local woman saves drowning moron. Hey, don't laugh at him. He's my drowning moron. That's it, take it.
No, that was weird, but you know, just part of this.
Have you seen that video? There's this guy on a bus and then he sees this hooded woman and she's just like on the bus. She's asking for help. But she won't leave the bus. And he's trying to like look at her face. And the closer he gets to her, he can see under the hood, there's no face.
Oh, fuck.
No face? There's a video of it. And if you pay like close attention, this woman doesn't have a shadow. And that's one of the dead giveaways. Like, this is a spirit.
While he was talking to this lady,
So you can see the hood. She's just wearing like a scarf there.
in Delhi, India, showing a woman
Oh, hell. See, look. You can't see the face. Even though she's looking like right at the camera, look.
Yeah.
Can't see nothing.
That's so weird. Why
Oh,
would
that's
not?
weird though. It is. These guys are always.
Wait, so the bus driver's saying, yeah, she has hands. She has hands. She has hands. No, but the bus driver's saying, like, show me yourself, because she wants to look at him. The bus driver's like, get off the bus, because he's scared. He's like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah. The bus to the police station.
So he looks closer.
When they arrived, the woman had missed.
Weird.
Did you know that Mars was the original planet where humans were from? Listen closely, this is both fascinating and eerie. There's a theory suggesting that Mars was once home to a thriving civilization, possibly our ancestors, but something catastrophic occurred, forcing them to flee and find refuge on another planet, Earth. The element xenon, found on Mars, is typically only detected on Earth following a nuclear explosion, leading to speculations of a nuclear war that devastated the Martian civilization. But the survivors managed to escape just in time, landing on Earth, and had to restart civilization from nothing. So when we talk about aliens, we might be referring to distant relatives. The theory even suggests that the drastic climate change and barren landscapes of Mars are the aftermath of this catastrophic event. And here's where it gets even crazier. Some believe that the ancient structures and artifacts found on Earth might be the remnants of the knowledge that these Martian ancestors brought with them. Pyramids, ancient texts, technological advancements in ancient times. Could all these be the legacy left behind by a civilization that once thrived on another planet?
What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. An interesting theory.
We're waiting like an hour, no effect. Maybe these aren't that potent. And then right after we said that, this big distortion field. I looked at Dave and I said, David, do you see that? He goes, yeah. Air had become this liquid. And then it started coming on stronger and stronger. And we go, oh my God, this is getting intense. We better get the heck out of here. You feel like this giant and you're moving in slow motion. And we came up to the car. And so for some friggin' reason, I locked the car. I looked at my key and I looked at the lock. I went, missed. Pulled the key back, missed. Magically, just by repetition, it just made it into the lock. And I get into the car and I dropped my camera. Did I drop my camera? And I went over and I looked on the ground. There's my camera. I picked it up and going, wow, Dave, I dropped my camera. I dropped my camera dozens and dozens of times. Repetitive motion syndrome.
How did it look at the end?
Well, it was shattered.
Wild, man.
سند ليش قايل ايش؟ سند بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سند سند.
What's wrong with dude in the back?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Oh, okay.
اسمها سند اسمها سند سند. كيف انت هيك سند؟ يا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. جهتك بالله رجعوا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. جهتك بالله بقول لك.
هذا الحجر هذا الحجر هذا الحجر خطير جدا.
Why his face look like that? Nah, you better get out of here, bro. No. I'm shutting the door and running.
What the fuck? I'm scared.
No way.
¿Qué quiere?
Yeah, that was weird. Some scary clips right there, y'all.
It's one of the most evil, vicious Navy bases in the history of the planet. They do stuff that would make like Santa Claus. Diego Garcia.
So
Wait. Sorry. Diego Garcia. That's where that first Malaysian plane is. That's where it landed. It had 4 scientists on it. Huh? 20 scientists, but 4 had
Talk about
filed
that
for
flight
patents.
that supposedly disappeared with the
Malaysia, but
UFOs.
they worked out of Austin, Texas, for Texas Instrument. All right. And the ones behind that plane was Texas Instrument, the government, and Boeing, who made the plane. And everybody is stupid enough to believe that a plane almost a block long can just disappear. With the electronics
Fair point.
Next generation of cars will come out, there'll be no driver.
That's a fair point.
So we got 4 of those top scientists that had filed for patents worth $400 billion. And then here's a friend of yours who's with us. So 5 of us filed for patents. If we die before the patent is granted, then Your brother, who wasn't on the plane with us, he owned them all.
Wow.
So those 4 scientists, and the 5th person was the Carlyle Group. They own them all now. The patent was granted 3 days after the plane was missing.
Wow. Satan really was clever.
Oh, if he's real,
he
is the prince and power of the air. He is the great deceiver. He's very clever.
Right, but if Satan is a real thing, what a genius thing to make it ridiculous to believe in him. Even saying you've communicated with Satan, or saying
you sound like a loon.
You sound like a loon. Like
Because if you
we were just
negate
talking about this the
him-
other night. I said that if the president said God is with our troops, we would say awesome. But if the president said we've located the devil, he's in Afghanistan and we're beginning bombing,
You'd be
you'd be like,
Satan was
what?
the #1 angel. He was #2 in charge. He was the big cheese and said, I want to have everything. And God was like, not going to happen.
Yeah. You know what the darkest conspiracy theory about aliens is?
I don't know if I'm ready for it.
That Earth is essentially a farm, and human beings are the vessels that contain souls, and they want us because this is how they create souls. And so they're farming us. They've created us. So we started off as primates, and through some sort of genetic intervention, I'm not saying I believe this. I'm just saying that this is like top of the food chain, put your tinfoil hat on super tight, that they farm us. And that the whole reason why human beings are involved in this conflict, constant conflict, it's all of it is to increase our competition with each other, increase our ability to control resources, which will increase our technology, which will ultimately lead to us creating this being that we're going to create, this artificially intelligent super god.
That is an interesting theory. What do you guys think about that one? I would like to talk more about that one. That one's cool. Weird. I don't know. Can't explain that one. Alright, last one, y'all. Ooh wee. That's pretty cool looking. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Very scary. Oh, that tree's gone. Oh, no, it's still there. You need a car wash now, dude. Wow. That is unreal looking, dude. Wow. Wow. Alright, guys. Well, maybe not as often as we used to, but new videos will be coming pretty regularly. I hope everyone had a great time hanging out, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you next time.